With our lives being pulled in so many directions, it can be hard to focus on the most important thing, your well-being. Welcome to Are You Real Fit, where we educate you through personal experience, certified training, and coachings that show you how being healthy, biologically and spiritually is an achievable journey. Now, welcome your host, running coach and certified personal trainer, Casey Fuller.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Are You Real Fit, episode 4. I'm your host, Casey Fuller. I want to remind you guys to be sure and check out all the new shows on Are You Real. We have Are You Real Business, Are You Real Success, Are You Real Linked, Are You Real Creatives, Are You Real Government coming in February. And of course, we have Are You Real, the original with John Fuller. Every Wednesday, where he interviews people from all over the world who are living out and walking in their purpose. So you can check those out on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcast. Today, I am super excited for my guest that I am having on, and her name is Katisha Cook, and I'm going to just tell you guys a little bit about her. Katisha is a group fitness coach, personal trainer, a section manager, and a business instructor. Katisha has been personal training and coaching since 2015. She coaches the Train for Life, T4L. Is that right, Katisha?
That's correct.
Okay, program at Gold's Gym, and she's in Amarillo, Texas, where she works with all types of people with different varieties and goals. She's always been involved in athletics. She ran high school track, and she started running marathons, Spartan races, does weightlifting. The gym is where she found a passion and a love for becoming healthier and stronger. She entered her first bodybuilding show in 2003, and she's currently nationally qualified for the NPC Women Physique competition, and she is a section manager at CNS Pantex, where she has been employed for 17 years. She's also an instructor at Wayland Baptist University in Amarillo, Texas, where she teaches business classes. She earned a master's degree in business administration from West Texas A&M University, and she's currently working on a doctorate degree. Wow, Katisha, that is a pretty awesome bio.
Thank you very much.
That's really awesome. I had no idea about the business side of things that you did. That's so cool.
Oh, yes. I've been teaching at Wayland probably now about 3 years.
Okay. Wow. And so you're working on getting your doctorate. How much longer do you have on that?
Probably about 1.5 to 2 years left on that.
Okay. Wow. I bet that's a lot of work juggling everything that you do already.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of writing lengthy papers, but, I just tell myself it's an investment in myself, and it'll be well worth it.
Absolutely, yeah. So I know that just kind of scratched the surface of a little bit about who you are and what you do. Can you tell me a little bit more in detail about yourself and who you are, what motivates you, how you stay healthy, and how you stay fit?
Yes, Casey, I sure can. As she said, my name is Katisha Cook. I'm 44 years old. I have one son that's 19 years old. I'm currently divorced. I was born and raised here in Amarillo, Texas. There's a couple of reasons why I'm motivated to stay healthy and fit, or even just work out. One of them being, obesity is common and it's serious and it's costly. More than 1/3 of adults in the USA have obesity, and some of the related conditions includes like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, some types of cancer, which, with these related conditions requires doctor visits. I do not like going to the doctor. I do not like being pill dependent. So I find myself being motivated, or this motivating me to stay healthy and fit. I lost my mom to cancer May 23rd of 2016, and it was lung cancer. Never smoked a day in her life, and after doing some research and studies, I found out, or reports or studies showing that high refined sugars and certain carbohydrates can cause cancer, specifically lung cancer, in people who never smoked before. So that alone motivates me And then another that drives me to be in the gym and stay fit. It's a peace of mind for me. It's an outlet. In the course of a year, I lost my mom, got a divorce, and found out that my son was addicted to drugs, so smoking marijuana. So for me, it's a peace of mind. It's an escape. It's a getaway. It's my safe haven. So those are just some of the reasons, or the main reasons, that motivate me to stay healthy and fit and stay in the gym.
Yeah. And, I know that you and I met, we did the Europa, was that in June?
Yes.
Okay, in June. And I have to say, girl, you look amazing.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of hard work, as you know.
It is. It really is. And, but you really do motivate me. And I really enjoy, just even as I've gotten to know you more, just your positive outlook on everything. And I can really relate to you. My mom actually passed away in 2014. And she had health issues. And so, yeah. And, she was not healthy for a lot of years, and it really motivates me and pushes me to be, just more proactive, like you said. And so, I can totally relate to you in that.
Right. And I just don't think a lot of people really understand that and realize how valuable their health is, and how, when you don't take care of yourself, how much you bring up on you.
Absolutely.
And how much you can eliminate by getting up and going to work out. It doesn't have to be to work out to my extent, but to put on your shoes, go walk around the park, just get up and do some type of exercise. It's pertinent. It
is. And I like what you said too. It is an outlet, and, we all go through difficult things and challenges and trials. And you mentioned a few of yours and some things that you've had to go through. And a lot of people will go and, turn to an unhealthy habit. And, they'll go to the drugs or go to the alcohol or to food in an unhealthy way. And that's not the answer either.
No. And, and I do get asked or criticized, you're always in the gym, you do X, Y, Z. But until you walk the mile in my shoes, and that goes for not just me, other people that have other addictions, everybody handles their issues in their life differently. And the gym is it's my Prozac or my Xanax or my alcohol. That's what I turn to.
Yes, it's your stress relief.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, I totally relate to you in that. And it definitely has helped me through the years. And actually my last show that I did was on the importance of exercise. And like you said, it's not like every person has to, do what we do or do what, someone else does. You have to kind of find your rhythm and find what works for you. But it's definitely a great outlet.
Correct.
So we talked a little bit about the Europa. And I know that you mentioned in your bio that you've done so many different types of training for marathons and different things, and you did track. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why you enjoy doing different types of competitions?
Well, and like you said, I spoke about it in my bio, but I do triathlons, I do Spartan races, CrossFit competitions, and as we spoke about, obviously bodybuilding. And the reason why I do those things, I love a challenge. I welcome a challenge. And I like to be pushed to my max. Mm-hmm. And not only that, I like to be well-rounded with no limitations. And I also was thinking the other day, the older I get, it seems as if I'm more passionate, or I become more passionate about those things. And I think it's also, I had an ex-coach that told me when I started CrossFit and I also was still bodybuilding that I was too old to be doing all of those activities. So to me, it seems like, as you get older, people want to put limitations on your abilities or put you in this box. And I just like to set myself apart from others. And I refuse to get to a certain age and stop growing. I think some people die at ages 20, 30, 40, but are not buried until they're like 70 or 80 because they've stopped living, they've stopped growing. And I just refuse to be one of those persons. I believe, age is just another crutch that, some people use as to why they can't do something. And I never want to be that person.
Yeah.
To me, the sky's the limit, no matter how old or what age you are.
Yes, I love that because I really do, that saying age is just a number, but the older I get, the more I realize, keeping a positive mindset and really, like you said, setting goals and focusing on what I can do and how I can, stay healthy. It really drives me, like you said, to just push myself forward. And I think that's such an important mindset to have.
Yes, and it is. And I think that's important no matter what age you are, because like I spoke about, you see some younger people put limitations on themselves, even at a young age. To me, you stop living then. And I think you should just always strive to be the best and be pushed to the max.
Yeah. And I like, the way I like thinking about it. And when you said that, it made me just brought this thought to my mind. But would you say that it's more about setting goals for yourself? So it's more like a competition with yourself than it is anything else?
Yes. And I'm glad you brought that up because I am my biggest competition. I'm my biggest critic. And even in my group fitness classes, that's what I tell my people. You're your own competition. Don't worry about the person next to you. You do what you're the best you can do. You compete against yourself, and I am my own competition. And I strive to be the best, to be a better me, that I can be.
Yes, I love that. So for our listeners, with it being the new year and we've talked a lot about goals, and I know that everybody has different things that they have to, kind of overcome. So could you tell us what your biggest challenge or your biggest obstacle in trying to reach those goals, particularly in the realm of fitness, how you're going to overcome those things and push forward in 2018?
Well, time for me is my biggest obstacle because you read my bio, I'm not only busy trying to achieve my goals, but I work at night at Pentex. I work the graveyard shift. I teach at Wayland. I also teach at Amarillo College as well here in Amarillo, Texas. And so when I get off at night, the way that I push forward and get and overcome that obstacle is, a lot of people that work graves, they come home and go to sleep. Instead of doing that, as soon as I get off, I go straight to the gym and make sure that I get my workout done before I come home to go to bed. Because a lot of times I found that, or in the past I found out that if I come home and take a nap or sleep first, then I have a tendency not to want to go to the gym. So I'm limited on my time, so it's important that I manage it wisely, and that's my focus for 2018 and how I'm going to try to overcome it. It's just continue to do like I've been doing. Go from point A, which is work, to B and get it done.
Yeah, and I think, I've talked a little bit about people doing like time blocking where you have this time to this time and taking that time and just utilizing it to the maximum.
Right.
So
and that's exactly what I do. And then also like the closer that I get to, because I'm going to do a practice show for bodybuilding, and which will be Europa again. And the closer I get to my shows, I have to do 2 a days, which is cardio in the morning and cardio also in the evening. And like you said, that's my plan, is to do time blocking, because in the evenings is when I do my coaching. So I know that I have this amount of time to work with. So that's exactly what I plan to do, is to time block.
That's really good. And I think, sometimes it's just getting in the habit, but once you get in your groove and get in the habit of doing it, it gets easier, don't you think?
Yes, I think, and that's how I treat it. I just treat it as a lifestyle, and it's like my job. It's automatic. Like I know every night I start work on Sunday nights and end Thursday night, so it's automatic. It's something that I have to do. So I just get into the routine of it, and eventually it's habit. It's just second nature.
Yeah,
and you have to treat it like that. You can't treat it like a fad or trend. You have to, like you said, once you get in the routine of it, it's second nature.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not one of those things that you can do here and there, because that's to me, I think that's even harder. If I might go, I might not go, and you might make it 2 times a week. If I try to do that, I feel awful.
Yes, and what I always tell my fit campers, consistency is key. You have to be consistent. You can't be sporadic or do it here and there. Or like you say, you'll have so many setbacks and you'll find yourself burnt out. So you have to be consistent in doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So what advice would you give our listeners if they're interested in taking that next step in reaching a fitness goal or even just starting a fitness program?
My thing is, it's your mindset. You know, everything starts in the mind. So if you believe you can do it, then you can achieve it. I also think it's important to have a vision of what you want to be, where you want to go, and what you want to achieve. And then, you know, from there, you have to start thinking it, believing it, living it, and believing you can be that person. Because like I said, to me, everything starts in the mind. It's a mind thing, everything. Mm-hmm. And then from there, it's important to start setting. If you have some goals, start setting those goals for yourself. And then never lose track of what those goals are and what you're trying to achieve, you know. And I say that, and a lot of people say, okay, that's easier said than done. You've been doing this for a long time. But, you know, it's not to say that you won't have bad days and setbacks, but because you will. But you have to remember remember what your goals are and why you set them. And if every day you're doing something that gets you a step closer to your goals, then you're winning. You know, you're not going to achieve the goals overnight. You're not going to change overnight. But if you keep chipping away at whatever that goal or goals may be, then you'll eventually achieve it. Just never give up. You know, I don't know if I read this book, and it's titled Make Your Bed, and it's by, his name is Admiral William H. McRaven. Mm-hmm. And it's titled Make Your Bed. And it just basically speaks about, you know, if you get up every morning and you make your bed, that's like one accomplished thing that you've accomplished for the day.
Yes.
And then it gives you a sense of pride, and then it encourages you to do another task and another one. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I tell my big campers, start out that way. Get up every morning and make your bed. Mm-hmm. And once you have your bed made, throw on some clothes, a pair of sneakers, walk to the end of your block and back. And from there, work your way up to jog into the end and back, you know. And once you accomplish one goal, add another one and another one until you've reached your ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's key. And like I said, once again, be consistent in doing that. If you consistently get up every morning and do that, it becomes a routine and a habit. And if you leave the house one day without making your bed, if you're like me, it's going to wear on your conscience all day. And then you're going to try to be consistent and do it daily. But to me, starting or trying to take it to the next level, recalibrate your mind, set you some goals, and go from there.
Mm-hmm. I love that, because you're right. You know, I'm really big on goals because, you know, it's so easy to say someday or one of these days I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. But you really can't ever get to that point if, like you said, you don't set that goal and you don't say, what steps do I need to take to get from A to B to C?
Yes. And I tell my fit campers, you know, without commitment, you'll never start. And without consistency, you'll never finish. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have any goals set, there's no commitment there. You're not going to be committed to do anything. And that's another reason why as I get older, like I said, I'm 44, for me, I constantly have to have a goal set or something set in place, whether it's Spartan Race, CrossFit Comp, because it keeps me going and it keeps me active. I'm afraid that if I don't have a goal set or something to challenge me, it's easy to get in a rut and not go and not stay healthy and fit and go to the gym. So setting goals are key, and consistently working towards them. It's key.
It is. And I 100% agree with you, because, you know, your goal might be different from someone else's goal,
right.
You know, if their goal is even, you know, just to be consistent working out 4 days a week, whatever motivates you to make that happen, you have to take that step. And I think that that's the first step in becoming successful.
Exactly, because everybody is different. So you're not going to have the same goal as the person next to you. And like I said, your goal might be getting out of bed, putting on your sneakers, walking to the end of the block and back. That's still a goal. And just because it might not be the same as mine doesn't make it any less than mine.
Yes.
That's important to remember.
It is. And I think too, and you mentioned this, just another important thing is, that not everybody's on that same level. And so some people look at, someone on your level and they think, oh, I'll never be able to achieve that. But
yeah.
Instead of being discouraged by it, they need to find what motivates them to reach whatever goal they have it. And they don't have to be you. They just need to be themselves and learn how to take that next step to reach that goal and to be that healthy person that they want to be.
Exactly, and be their own competition. No one else should be your competition. Be your own competition, because you're going to always be on different levels, and you can only do what self can do. Or, you know what I'm saying? Push yourself to its max, and don't worry about everybody else, because everybody's goal is different.
Yes, absolutely. So, Katisha, do you have a favorite scripture or an inspirational quote or a go-to saying that helps you kind of push through and get to that next level when you need it, and why?
I do, and it's my favorite and my go-to scripture is, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and that's from Philippians 4:13. And because it's my favorite, because not only does it help me in the fitness aspect, but it just helps me in my life in general, especially through the last 2 years and everything that I've gone through, and I know that I can get through. I can do all things, whether it's get through my personal issues or whether it's to meet my fitness goals. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And it just applies in every aspect of my life. That's why it's my favorite scripture.
Yes. I love that scripture.
Yes.
So you have given us a lot of good content and a lot of good advice and a lot of good things to think about. Is there anything else that a piece of advice that you'd like to give our listeners?
I just say, and I can't say it enough, consistency is key, and no matter what, never give up. Just persevere. Yes,
I love that. And I also loved in your bio, because of course sometimes I don't read everything that's there, but I really loved, and I wanted to say this part of it, but I just thought this would be perfect. Your motto for your life is, the sky is the limit, so reach for the stars. Take life one day at a time. Always follow your heart no matter what, and never give up.
Exactly.
I love that. So can you tell us where we can find more about you? If our listeners want to find more out about you or follow you, where would they go?
I'm on Facebook. My personal page is Katisha Cook. The business page is Train in the number 4. Train for Life, Fitness, and Nutrition. That's on Facebook. And then I'm also on Instagram under Mama Beast 1206 and then 806 Swole Sisters.
Okay, great. Hold on just a second, Katisha. Okay, Roar Nation, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode with Katisha Cook, and I hope that something she said sparked something in you to get you excited about your fitness and your goals and the things that you want to do and accomplish. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and to like us on Facebook, and to check out, of course, our other episodes of Are You Real? And remember, set your goals, say your prayers, and work hard. Love you guys.
Now that we've given you more ways to live the healthy lifestyle you were created to live, the next step is to reach out to us for links to online training videos, show notes, guest information, and more on areyoureal.org. We appreciate your time and look forward to helping you continue your journey towards a happy, healthier life here on Are You Real Fit?